What's up, Internet? It's Dylan Alexander. Look, I'm here to remind you men that y'all need to raise your standards up in every aspect of your life. Because I'm just tired of seeing the delusion out here and the settlement of mediocrity for a lot of guys look, if you want to be mediocre, I'm not mad at you. But if there's potential to be greater, you need to be shooting for more in every aspect of life. But in particular, let's talk about women, man. Settling for mediocre women and putting up with their BS, man, it just leads to a lot of these women being hyper delusional. I scroll through Twitter sometimes and I just see a lot of opinions from women. And it just makes me laugh and it just makes my stomach hurt sometimes to see the absolute delusion of how women think. And even on YouTube, I run across that chick, Shira Seven's channel. I don't know, I was playing a video and then my YouTube automatically went to her video and I was just letting it play for a moment and just hearing the way she's telling women to think and how to strategize on getting these rich men, right? And it's just fascinating that a lot of these women themselves are very mediocre. They have accomplished nothing in life, which is fine. We don't look for women to accomplish things, but as far as what they have to offer a man, they don't really even consider that. Do you get what I'm saying? A lot of women today don't even consider what they can offer a man that's great, especially a great man that they supposedly want. They don't even think, what do I have to do to get this great man? No, it's like that's the last question they ask themselves. They just say, how do I get this man? They don't say, what does he want? How do I get him? They just find out, they just trying to manipulate a way to get in his presence, which is actually detrimental because a lot of these women don't understand that these men that are great and got a lot going for themselves and are living the lifestyle that these women dream of, these men will they'll hit it and quit it. They'll be glad to take whatever you have to offer and then toss you to the side. Keep it moving. Back to the streets you go, right? And I don't think a lot of them understand that. They confuse or misconstrue, the temporary attention that a lot of guys give and the low-hanging fruit attention that a lot of men give. Fellas, we know, like, hey, we'll say whatever to get in between them legs sometimes, but that doesn't mean that I'm gonna really be here for you in the long run, which most women want. You guys want that man to stick around. And so I'm saying all that to say, man, this is the mindset that these women have. And just know that most women are average and mediocre, right? Just like most men are average and mediocre. And mathematically, it makes sense for those two groups to get together and build families together. But I don't know if you've been paying attention and not living under a rock, but when I look outside, it's like the newer generations, millennials, Gen Zs, Gen Ys, and so on are not really having kids like that. We're not really having families. We're not building family structure. They're talking about population declines. And a big factor in that is social media and this delusional mindset that for some reason, I can never settle. I should not settle for some average guy, even though I'm an average woman. But men, we have logical sense for the most part. A lot of us men will be happy to take some average chick that's at our level. We'll gladly take her up under our wing. Am I right or am I wrong? I mean, correct me, but that's the case. But a lot of women just think they deserve these top tier dudes, maybe because they've been smashed a couple times and they think that's their level. No, you just been smashed. A lot of dudes, we're indiscriminate about who we smash. We'll smash whatever's there. If you're like decent looking, but you're like a terrible person, we'll put up with the terrible attitude and characteristics just to get in between them legs, So I hope a lot of women watch this. My channel is really geared towards men, but you know, fellas, at the same time, this is for you as well to just raise your standards, man. And shoot, stop being so indiscriminate about who you smash, right? You know, I'm not against if you want to just you need it in your life, you need to get something real quick. I'm not mad at you. I done been there. But as you age and as you mature and you start to raise your standards, you're going to stop doing that so much. You're going to really have more requirements. You know, you're going to have more principles that you stand on. And you'll notice as you do mature, hopefully you'll notice that you won't be doing all that excess indiscriminate smashing. You'll be more selective, and it's actually good for you in the long run because, you know, we really ain't supposed to be smashing all these people like this. You know, unless you're maybe a king or something back in the day. That was the only time that dudes are really getting it in like that. But besides that, the social media has made things too accessible, dating apps, etc. So I think it's important, man, for us to learn our value, man. We have so much to offer. It's insane. If you really just sit down and write on paper, what do I as a man have to offer as far as in a relationship? And what does a woman, the average woman, have to offer in a relationship? And you'll notice you can go down a list of what you have to offer. It's going to be ridiculously long compared to what she has to offer. It's almost laughable. Like, I think a lot of men, you guys need to write that. You need to take some time to write that out and really see it visually, the difference in value that you have to offer a woman versus what she has to offer you on average. And it'll change your life. It'll really change the way you view relationships and how you view your standards and how low your standards have been for so long. And you know, I want that for you guys. I want you guys to raise them up because it makes everybody else get their act together. It makes these women stop thinking they deserve these high and mighty dudes just because, you know, they slid in their DMs or whatever the case. You know, we got to get people back down to earth because a lot of folks are living in la la land, man. And this internet has made things weird. And this is uncharted territory. We got to understand this has never happened in the history of mankind. This internet has changed things. You know, communication is quick. And we're all kind of seeing things at the same time, fast paced, you know. So I think it's important, man, to really get that grasped and you know, respect your value. And yeah, it's just gonna have an ultimate benefit for society as a whole. And I know my standards are higher. You know, I got a lot of game, a lot of good game from my OGs that have helped me out through the years and have made me see the light, so to speak. And I'm just here to spread the message, man, and each one teach one, you know, light the fire in you guys. My fire is lit. So, man, I hope this message hits you. I hope this registers, man. And yeah, this was on my heart, man. I really hope you guys just raise your value and respect it and stop settling for mediocrity. Because these women ain't settling for mediocrity, so why should you? All right. But that's it, man. Peace.